Today on People Now, A Star is Born shines bright with Golden Globe nominations, but what movie leads the pack now that award season has begun?
The latest details about Cardi B and Offset's bombshell breakup.
I was going crazy when I was breastfeeding.
Eva Longoria opens up about being a mom, plus she is giving back in a major way.
Real Housewives of Atlanta star Eva the Diva tells us the best piece of newlywed advice she got from co-star NENE Leakes.
Plus, country star John Rich is in our studio.
It's live today on People Now.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to People Now. So great to see you. Hey, guys, the 76th annual Golden Globes nominations were announced today. They are packed with the best of the best in TV and movies.
So exciting. The awards will be hosted by Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh. So we want to know, who are you rooting for? Tweet us a GIF of the nominee you hope takes home a statue with the hashtag People Now. You may see it on the show.
We're going to check in a little bit later, but for now, here's what you need to know and what's trending for today. Hollywood's award season has officially begun.
Woo!
The nominations for those 2019 Golden Globe Awards were announced Thursday morning.
Yeah, and some movies are already standing out as potential frontrunners for the big night on January 6th. Vice leads the movie race with 6 nominations total, including Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy for Christian Bale. His transformation alone deserves an award. He looks just like former Vice President Dick Cheney.
Yeah.
It's really crazy
He
here.
gained a lot of weight for it and really transformed. That's good for award season. Vice also picked up noms for Best Supporting Actress, Amy Adams, and Best Screenplay. Now, you mentioned transformations. Can we talk about Rami Malek in Bohemian Rhapsody?
Amazing.
So great. You talked to him earlier this season. He loved it, and he's nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama for his turn as Queen's Freddie Mercury. Such a good performance.
And I talked to him on the carpet, and he was so gracious and awesome, so I'm definitely rooting for him. And we can't forget about the movie everyone is talking about this season. To remind you, take a look at this.
We're far from the shallow now.
Can I tell you a secret?
I think you might be a songwriter.
A Star is Born tied the favorite and Green Book with 5 nominations each. Okay, no surprises here, especially for A Star is Born.
Yeah, Lady Gaga's in the running for Best Actress in a Drama. Bradley Cooper could pick up trophies for both Best Actor and Best Director. Huge year for him.
Yeah, now the ladies from The Favorite sure seem to be favorites. The movie got a nod for Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical, a Best Actress nom for Olivia Colman, and get this, co-stars Rachel Weisz and Emma Stone will be going head-to-head in the Supporting Actress category, so they really are doing well here.
One movie we were so excited to hear on the list, If Beale Street Could Talk.
Yes.
It got nominations for Best Motion Picture Drama, Best Screenplay, Best Actress in a Supporting Role, Regina King.
Yeah, we actually had Kiki Lane and Stefan James on the show last week and talked to them about how it feels to be getting so much praise for the movie.
I think it's an incredible thing to just be recognized, you know, to just know that people are seeing the work that you put out into the earth and they're appreciating it and respecting it.
Yep.
You know, obviously we don't make art from that sort of a place, but an incredible thing to be recognized.
Her first big movie, it was beautifully done. Such a big moment for them, for sure. One of the season favorites among most critics. The full list of movies in the Best Motion Picture Comedy or Musical category are The Favorite, Green Book, Mary Poppins Returns, Crazy Rich Asians, woof, and Vice. What a
now
good category.
for Best Motion Picture Drama, A Star is Born, Black Panther, If Beale Street Could Talk, BlacKkKlansman, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
All right, we can't forget TV. The Golden Globes honor film and television. So Best TV Series, Comedy or Musical, Barry, The Good Place, Kidding, The Kominsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which we love.
We love. Now Best TV Series Drama, The Americans, Bodyguard, Homecoming, Killing Eve, and Pose.
Individual honors. Rachel Brosnahan picked up another nomination for The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. No surprise there, she won last year.
Yeah, and one of this year's hosts, Sandra Oh, is actually nominated for Killing Eve, so that's good for her.
Yeah, and Sandra and Andy Samberg, they're teaming up as hosts when the Golden Globes take place January 6th, Beverly Hilton Hotel in Los Angeles, California. We can't wait.
So exciting, and head to people.com for a full list of nominations.
All right, guys, so let's break this down. Cardi B was seen out in Miami on Wednesday night, making her first public appearance since announcing her split from rapper Offset. She's seen in this video rocking a rainbow-colored wig at a club during Art Basel around 3 a.m.
I actually really like that wig, I gotta say. Now, a witness said that Cardi was taking pictures, was mouthing along to some of her songs, but wasn't her usual fun, high-energy self, which obviously makes sense because there was this breakup, and especially when it's so public.
I'm not shaming her for not being more high energy. Says she's just going through that, just made that big announcement. The fact that she's out at all is impressive.
I'm surprised that she's even out and smiling and seems to be actually having a kind of decent time.
I mean, she's got a crowd there admiring her. What's not to love about that?
It's pretty odd, though, to be dancing and everyone's just taking pictures and want to, I don't know. It's a weird world, right?
It's a weird world. All right, this comes right after Cardi posted a picture of Culture, her daughter, on Instagram. Look at this little baby shot.
This is actually the first picture we've seen of Cardi B and Offset's 4-month-old child. They haven't really been posting a lot, and this is the first time we've seen her face, and she's so cute.
Yeah, kind of an interesting decision to post that in the wake of all this, right?
It is kind of bizarre. I mean, the post came the same day that Cardi announced on Instagram that the couple had split up. So, I don't know. Maybe she was doing that to distract people from the breakup. I'm not really sure.
Maybe to show that the kid is the focus, and that's what they want to do. The announcement, obviously very shocking. They were just married over a year. Got married in September 2017, so there you go.
And she says in the video she still will have love for him because he's Culture's dad. They plan to remain friends, but, you know, we'll see how that goes.
She also says it's nobody's fault. She's not really coming after him at this point, which is, you know, so we're going to see how this plays out, how friendly they remain, and hopefully Culture stays their focus because, obviously, Culture needs a good life and a good family.
Yeah, well, we haven't really heard much from Offset except for when he posted a comment on the video saying y'all won. Obviously, we don't know who he's referring to. It's the fans or the media or maybe both.
Now, a source has told People that the couple had huge problems for a while, but this happened then with this TMZ video that was released on Wednesday of a woman linked to Offset. The woman's name is Summer Bunny, and she's seen in the video tearfully apologizing. Here's some of what she said. She said, I feel ashamed. It's a lot, but just coming from me and to Cardi B and to our fans, to her family, to her situation, these were never my intentions. I never wanted to break up a happy home. Those were her words as she was fighting back, not even fighting back tears, she was in tears.
And she's in tears. It's a very bizarre video. I feel like there's gonna be a lot more information coming up soon. Now, Cardi nor Offset have commented on this woman's revelation or the video.
Will Cardi say something? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
Will
I mean,
she comment on
this
it?
has just happened. I feel like Cardi's gonna say something.
Yeah, now despite all of this, a source says that the exes plan to put their daughter first. They plan to be solid co-parents. As we've said, that seems to be their focus. Maybe that's why she put the picture out there. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm sad. I hope that things would maybe work out in some way.
And I am laser focused on Nicki Minaj.
Yes,
Is she going to make a comment about all this? We'll see. You've got more for us in Star Treks.
I do. We are kicking off Star Treks today with a very good friend on Ellen. Jennifer Aniston stopped by the Ellen DeGeneres show in an episode airing Thursday, and she brought the goods, dishing on everything from singing with Dolly Parton to filming with Adam Sandler in Italy. And Jen revealed that she got to spend a little time with the legendary George Clooney in Italy.
It's amazing to see him with children.
You'd never think that he would have children, and
We know, but that's what we talked about, that anything can happen.
yeah. How old are they?
I don't know. Maybe a little over a year?
Okay. Yeah.
It's hard to keep track. The former Friends star was in a festive mood as she and the host discussed holiday season preparations. Now, Aniston revealed that she was so behind schedule, she still had to get her Christmas tree ready. I don't have mine up either. Ellen also brought up Jennifer's big birthday, revealing the number to a shocked Aniston. Watch.
So your birthday is coming up, a big one. You're going to be 50.
What?
Yeah.
First time I've heard that.
So fun. She looks amazing. And leave it to Ellen to already have plans for the big day.
I'm doing a party for you.
You're throwing me my party?
On this show. I am going to have an entire hour. You know how fun my birthday is. You've been here for my birthday.
I have been here for your birthday.
And you know how special and surprises and stuff? What if we have your birthday here for the whole hour? We celebrate you for the whole hour.
Is this gonna happen? I hope so. It's one birthday party we would love to be at, so let us know, Ellen. And those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, stay with us. Eva Longoria giving us a glimpse at her new life as a mom. Plus, John Rich from Big and Rich is here live. We're talking to him about the special way that he's supporting our troops. That's coming up in just a bit.
All right, the Golden Globes nominations are officially out. We've been asking you to send in gifts of the nominees that you hope take home a statue. Let's check in on your tweets so far.
Here we go. All right,
we
Darren
knew we were
Chris.
see A Star is Born. There we go, Lady Gaga.
Chalamet all day. A lot of fans for Timothy Chalamet. He had a really huge year last year.
Rami Malek.
And then Darren Criss again. Lots of Darren Criss love and lots of Lady Gaga love. I think if the fans had their say, like Star is Born would take everything.
Oh, I think so too.
Right?
It might.
Keep tweeting those gifts. Now moving on to this.
Eva Longoria stopped by to talk about L'Oreal Paris's Women of Worth program and how she is honoring women who use their passion to ignite change in their community.
A gala was held Wednesday evening. One of the women honored was 17-year-old Straya Mantha. Straya is the founder of Foundation for Girls, which focuses on improving the lives of at-risk youth.
Yeah, she is amazing. Now, Eva and Straya both shared with us the importance of giving back. Take a look.
Sometimes people are overwhelmed by the world's problems, and if you just think about helping one person, then you'll make a big difference.
Yeah, and we saw
she thinks the same thing.
Yeah, it definitely. Like, I started tutoring, 2 survivors of sex trafficking with my dad, and tutoring them and working with mentors and partnering them up, and now, we've grown to help over 1,700 girls in crisis. And I think starting with one and just like moving along, and I think once you help one, like Eva said, there's a magic in giving, and it's something that you can never stop doing.
Eva also opened up about how women have really come together in Hollywood and how she plans to continue to promote change within the industry and her community.
What's come out of the Time's Up movement, and we launched it about a year ago, was this insane sisterhood. We had never been connected the way we are now. I mean, Reese and I, and Natalie Portman and I, and it's like women I never knew, and never would have known unless we worked together. And now you can pick up the phone and call any woman in our industry and go, I need your help. What happened with this? Whether it's negotiations, whether it's should I take this role, whether my agent, or Me Too moments. And so it's been fascinating. And so the Latina Network we've always circulated in each other's orbits, but now we're really, really close. And we're actually going to be doing a lot for the upcoming election for mobilizing the Latino vote.
Love all the work she's doing. And Eva's not just an activist and actress, she's also a new mom. She welcomed son Santiago in June, told us a little bit about how life has gotten a bit more busy. Take a look.
I'm still working. I'm still busy as ever. He's, with me all the time. He's in the green room now. He's just along for the ride, but he's amazing, and I'm really lucky that I have a good baby. Other than like no sleep, and obviously my schedule revolves around him. Life goes on, and you keep working. And I'm not the first working mom. Women do it every day, all over the world. There's women in Africa carrying water pails and having a child on them. Like I have help. I have my family. I have friends. I have a great nurse. So I'm really, really, really blessed. You actually can function on a lot less sleep. I mean, I was going crazy when I was breastfeeding because I was exhausted. I mean, that is like the no sleep time frame, and I was just like, but now I feel like I'm a human again, a little bit like, okay, I am awake. I understand what's happening right now.
Yeah, it's always this talk that makes me.
I love that she was back in the green room, had the baby back there.
Yeah.
She's just such a doting mother and seems to be really loving life as a mom.
I know.
All right, 2018 caught us off guard a few times, from Barbra Streisand cloning her dog to finding out that Ben Affleck's giant back tattoo was in fact real. It has been a wild year, everybody.
It has, and to take you back through the best moments is our top 3 surprises of the last 12 months.
So
Are
we're
you
gonna
ready?
Kick off at number 3. Here we go. Hailee Steinfeld, Oscar-nominated actress, talented singer, and apparently matchmaker, turned out.
Now it turns out we have the True Grit star to thank for bringing Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas together. This is kind of crazy to me. Earlier this year, Hailee appeared on Nova 96.9 Smalley's Surgery radio show, where she happily took credit for setting them up.
Back in 2015, Jonas' band DNCE and Steinfeld collaborated on the hit song Rock Bottom.
Now, Turner is a close friend of Hailee's. She coyly asked about the DNCE frontman. Hailee revealed, she said, I mean, I will say, I did get that text from Sophie being like, so, tell me about Joe. And I was like, go for it.
So then fast forward to now, Turner and Jonas, they're engaged, planning the wedding. I feel like she's got to get an invite, right?
Yeah, she better get an invite, or I'll be very upset. No, she set them
We'll
up.
take it up with them if it doesn't happen.
All right, even bigger than that shocking revelation came when Teigen, Teigen, finally taught us how to say her name.
The controversy, there it was. The second biggest shock of 2018 comes courtesy of the Twitter queen herself. Apparently, we've all been saying the name wrong since the very beginning. That's what we learned.
Yeah, the Sports Illustrated model revealed to a fan on Twitter that she stopped correcting people when they pronounced her last name Teigen, so she just adopted the new pronunciation. And she even got her mom to confirm.
I'm tired of living this lie. It's Teigen. Isn't it, Mom? Yep. I told you, it's Teigen.
Yep. While on the red carpet at the Emmys, she cleared up the Tegan conundrum and said that she's fine with people calling her Tegan. She cheekily added, "Sorry, Dad."
No, we need to hear from him. To add to this pronunciation shock was the fact that Chrissy Teigen was responding to a video that shows Ariana Grande pronouncing her name Grandy, which that's even more ridiculous.
All right.
We didn't know it.
Never knew. The number one biggest surprise of 2018 came at the hands of the momager that can do it all.
Kris Jenner can add yet another job to her resume, midwife. So in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the momager revealed she actually delivered baby Stormy.
We mean it. Delivered. When talking about Kylie's labor, Jenner referred to her youngest daughter as a trooper. She later said, quote, "She was so calm, it was really exciting." She continued by saying, "I delivered the baby, I delivered her." Quote, "I pulled her out."
Wow, it's so graphic. So Kylie kept the entire pregnancy a secret and let her mom deliver the baby. It's maybe like she wanted to break the internet.
Have you talked to any of my cousins or anybody that I invited to come to the wedding?
I have.
His family is the majority of the guest list.
Coming, I know. There are 150 people coming.
My part is 40 people, and that includes all close, immediate family and friends.
Well, I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because there's a few more I want to invite.
Oh boy, we've been following along on Real Housewives of Atlanta as Eva Marcille plans her wedding. And in October, Eva the Diva finally walked down the aisle.
Yeah, fellow housewife NENE Leakes delivered a heartfelt speech at that ceremony. So what was her advice for the newlyweds? Listen to this.
Basically, to tune the world out. And at the end of the day, after these vows are said, it's us two for the rest of our lives, and to have each other's back, especially through the bad. The good is fine, but the bad is when you really need to have each other's back and to really be there for each other. And a few other things that she has taught me as a wife to do later.
Oh.
Wait, like what?
She always, you know how you hear that thing they say, never go to sleep mad?
Yeah.
No. You're gonna be mad sometime.
Let's clear the air. That is going to happen.
Tonight, like, what's it? You're gonna be mad. But what NENE says, which is very, very true, is she says, don't go to sleep apart from each other, especially if you're mad. So say if my husband irritates me and we're going to sleep and we just can't agree on whatever, then even if I need to put the pillow in between us in the bed.
But stay in the same bed.
Stay in the bed. Stay together, because the frustration will dwindle, but that separation will start creating a wedge. And do not allow that to come in our marriage. So always stay together, and every night sleep in the same bed, even if you're mad.
Good advice.
It is. Now, of course, we're gonna see the wedding on the show, but we had to get Eva to spill as much as possible about the big day. Here's what she revealed.
There was like this lemon key lime one. There was a lemon one. I think I like the raspberry one. I got my husband a red velvet cake with chocolate. Frosting was made like a cigar box.
Ooh, I like him even more.
Yeah. My man likes bourbon and cigars.
Okay.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
How many people were at the wedding?
How many were supposed to be, and then how many ended up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So it was supposed to be 150. It ended up being 239.
Oh, whoa. I thought it was going
How
to be
did
the
you have all these crashers, or are they just...
The problem is that you invite so many people, and you always bank on the fact
somebody
that people are
not coming.
Not for my wedding.
They all came and they brought somebody.
And then you get the text messages from like really good friends that you totally forgot about. And they're like, hey, so don't forget about me for the wedding. You're like, oh, I forgot. And now she's married. So you have to invite her husband. And we just kept adding and adding. And we ended up, and it was 239 people.
How far over budget? That's the real question.
We
Way over?
Yeah.
So,
I'm like, bleep.
Yeah, but next time we see that ring's gone, it's like, hey, we had to pay for it somehow.
Listen, no, the beauty is that we are not in debt.
Okay, good.
It is completely paid for. Everybody's check is cleared. It's nice and over. But I was naive enough to think that I could plan a whole wedding for $80,000.
Favorite thing about being married? What changed the most?
We can have sex without sinning.
There you go.
It's like guilt-free sex.
Guilt-free sex?
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, it's not that it wasn't happening before, but now you still feel bad
But now I don't have to feel bad. I'm at pass by the church, so like I don't get hot.
Okay.
Said goodbye to his mama as he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue.
That's a clip from Big and Rich's beloved song, 8th of November. The country duo has a long history of supporting our troops, of course.
Yeah, such an amazing song. And we're joined live by one half of Big and Rich today, John Rich. Nice to see you again.
Nice
Welcome back to People Now.
Good to be back with you.
I love when you come because you bring a bit of country with you. You bring some whiskey, which
and
we'll talk about.
White cowboy hat, New York City.
There you go.
Right?
Should we also say happy anniversary? 10-year anniversary
Thank
today.
You. Yeah,
today.
10 years, man. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I would call that a giant feat. I have a very patient wife. Very patient. I'm a lucky guy.
Let's get back to the reason you're here. You support the U.S. military over the years. It's been happening, not just through the music. Redneck Riviera, the brand, donates a portion of every single sale to Folds of Honor. This is an organization.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Yes, so it's not just a portion of proceeds. It's 10%, which my dad's a preacher, and we call that tithe.
Right.
You give your 10% back, and so Redneck Riviera whiskey, which is now in 41 states, we give 10% of that back to the Folds of Honor. Folds of Honor puts kids through college who lost a mom or a dad fighting for our country, or a spouse who lost their spouse fighting for our country. I actually met a girl today in New York, because you hear about these grants that you're funding, but you don't necessarily meet them. I met this girl today from Florida who is on a Folds of Honor scholarship through that bottle right there.
That is so incredible.
Pretty incredible. 37 so far this year.
What a good feeling.
Yeah. Now we played a bit of 8th of November. You and Big Kenny, you play this on stage all the time on your tour, and everyone loves it. You even bring vets on stage.
Yes.
What is the most common sentiment that they want to say when they talk to the audience?
That's a great question. We do bring them up every single show, over 1,000 shows in a row now. Think about that. So it's been going on for years. One of the common things I hear these guys say is they don't talk about their service. They say, I just want to speak on behalf of the ones that didn't come back.
Yeah.
Because they gave, that's like a really common thing that they say. But you can see them tear up. We have everything from World War II guys to active duty that come out on stage. And then we set them up at the Big and Rich Heroes bar in the middle of the stage and pour them a shot of that Redneck Riviera whiskey and do a shot with the audience, and then we sing God Bless America.
I love that.
We love our servicemen and women because they protect the American dream. You guys are chasing the American dream. You're on people.
Yeah.
I get to
No, but it's because of that sacrifice that we're able to all do.
They're the reason we still get to do what we want to do.
Let's switch gears a little bit to this. You're never shy about talking politics. Before the big November election, you publicly supported Marsha Blackburn after T. Swift announced her support of her opponent. Marsha won.
Right.
Does this kind of thing affect collaborations with someone like Taylor Swift? You know her in town, right? I mean, Nashville's obviously, you guys are very close. And
Taylor and I wrote a song on one of her records, on the Fearless record, yeah. No, I think I think it's healthy for people to debate and talk about things. What I think is unhealthy is for people to get nasty about it. Jason Isbell hit me up one time, actually on TV, and kind of poked at me a little bit about Marsha Blackburn. And I hit him back on Twitter and said, hey, man, we can agree to disagree, but I love your music, by the way. And I think that's something America needs to probably cue off of that a little bit. We're all Americans at the end of the day. We're allowed to debate. With the Founding Fathers, you hear about the debates those guys had? It was off the meter. It was such important stuff, and it's important stuff today too.
Yeah.
But I don't think people need to be slinging mud. We can be civil about it. Have a cocktail, sit down, calm down. Tell me, I've always learned that I grew up where I grew up, you grew up where you grew up. We should understand each other a little bit better, and a lot of times we'll find that common ground.
I think, finding commonality is key right now to the way that discourse is going.
But you have to talk. You can't be yelling at each other.
Right.
Twitter's tweeting just like randomly at like
You can't be ranting and raving at people and expect to get anywhere.
I like your cocktail idea.
Yeah,
You also visited the White House in October supporting this act that would help musicians receive the royalties they deserve in their music. You were there as President Trump signed that into law. You two go way back. Obviously, The Apprentice. Did you have time to catch up with the president while you were there?
A little bit, yeah. I got to talk to him for a minute. And the Music Modernization Act was unanimously passed by the Senate and the House, unanimously, both sides. I think it's the only time that's happened in probably a decade.
Especially these days.
And then President Trump signed it into law, but it modernized the laws for all songwriters, all American music creators, because of the internet, because the internet didn't exist when those laws were written.
Right.
So I thought that was a pretty great moment, too, where music is kind of a great equalizer still out there.
Absolutely. And it's also been a crazy moment to be there. You're seeing him in the White House. This is his home now. Does he seem at home there?
He seems like he's doing great. Fantastic. What do you think I've done with the place, John? That's good. I mean, he actually, when I walked out, he goes, and Celebrity Apprentice champion, I might add, and he's still that guy, man. It was wild to be on that show. I never thought I was sitting across from a future president.
Well, I don't think anyone thought that. I don't think anybody thought. Former President George H.W. Bush, actually a fan of yours. He called you, left you a voicemail once, let you know how much he loved your song, The Good Lord and the Man.
Yeah.
He obviously just passed. We've been seeing those ceremonies. What will you remember most about him?
You know, he was a World War II vet, like my grandfather, which is who I wrote the song about, The Good Lord and the Man, and he really appreciated that song and what it said about World War II vets. He had a way of flipping it back around to you as if he was so grateful for what you had done for him, and I'm going, what are you talking about? I wrote the song about your service. That wasn't him, man. He was all about you, and not me, and what a great man. To be a giant of a man like that and be so humble is quite a thing. I think that's the test of a truly great person.
Absolutely.
Before we go, we got to get a Granny Rich update. How is she doing? Also, is she a fan of the whiskey?
She is. So this is the bottle that's out now. You go to redneckriviera.com. It says store locator right on the front page. You put your zip code into that store locator. 41 states now find this. The next bottle is coming out beginning of January. It's called Granny Rich Reserve.
Oh, wow.
She will be 87 on Valentine's Day, and it is her reserve bottle that will be hitting all 41, hopefully 50 states very soon.
Does she get a Granny discount?
She's comped. Matter of fact, Granny,
I would hope so.
Granny has a licensing deal and gets royalties on Granny Rich Reserve.
It's in the game, not joking.
It's legit, man.
That's
She's going to be driving a new Cadillac here pretty quick.
It's really good to talk to you. John, thank you for being here.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate
and
it.
guys, for more info on Redneck Riviera and how they're helping out our troops, you can head to redneckriviera.com. And coming up tomorrow, we've got a lot going on. Dumplin star Danielle McDonald is here talking all about the new movie Working with Jennifer Aniston and more. She's got some great stories. You don't want to miss this.
Yes, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.
Bye guys.